everybody, Millennial Sage of Plastic, or just Sage of Plastic, and I'm doing a longer video than I normally do. I'm going to be talking about my experience at the Tacoma GT. That was about 2 weeks ago now. After kind of letting my brain settle and stuff, I wanted to kind of talk it out, and I think I did about as bad as I thought I would, but I believe I grew as a person. And I think I was humbled in some ways as well. So we're gonna break this up into some basic parts, talking about overall stats, my experience, maybe day to day, and then maybe some miscellaneous stuff. First off, how did I do? 71 people entered the Kill Team Grand Tournament this year, and out of them, I placed 53rd. And one might think, why Sage, you did so well. That was after 17 people dropped out of the tournament. I came third to last of the people that were still actually in the tournament to the end. My friend Cam was 54th, and our friend Ted, who is a little bit better, and he had a bit of a stronger team, I think, he was placing in the 40s. So he actually did the best by far out of all of us. The whole grand tournament was 11 rounds. That's like something like 22 hours of gaming for 2 hours a round, which was an insane amount of playing that game. I think it was too long, and apparently a lot of people also do think it was too long of a tournament. Apparently it used to be 7 rounds, and now it is 11 this year for the first time in a while, and a lot of people aren't as happy with it. I'd have to say it is a lot. It is a lot to work through, and I'm kind of glad that it's over. I did have fun, and I will be doing it again, but maybe now we'll kind of shift into just my basic stats. Oh, my other thing is I did not make it into Showcase, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But next, let's talk about just my overall day-to-day experience and how I grew as a person. So in my initial 2 rounds, I got trounced. I got absolutely destroyed. I played the same kill team twice, and I believe I scored, it was 3-21, and then the next game I went 0 for 20. So I was really frustrated. I was actively angry, just annoyed, even thinking like, why am I even here? I spent a ton of money to come to the tournament. I'm taking the day off of work to be there that day, and it was just incredibly frustrating, and I was just having a bad time. I just really, it's like, why the hell am I here? Should I quit? Should I just go home and be done with this? And then I played my 3rd round. And the guy who I played in the 3rd round was incredibly fun to play. I lost that game still, but I had such a fun time playing with him. We were just enjoying ourselves, and I must have had this just chemical switch in my brain just flip, that I realized I'm not going to win this tournament. I was never going to win this tournament. I shouldn't be going into this taking this so freaking seriously. I should just have fun, and have fun I did. I specifically we just kind of let our models tell weird stories, like my dog rushed in and literally took down an entire Sister of Battle in one go. I rolled nothing but 6s. It was insane. He was the bestest boy that round. But I was so happy to be into that. I lost, but I put points on the board, and I did a little bit better. Then my last game, I also again lost. But again, I had fun. I was playing against Murder Wing, and I was playing Exaction Squad, and I was trying to be more defensive, trying to let him come to me, and I made a full mistake of grouping up like a bunch of 3rd grade soccer players, and he tossed a grenade into the room, killed 2 guys, wounded 3 others. It was ridiculous. I mean, it was the stupidest mistake I made, and I made it like 3 more times, grouping together too much. We need to learn that they have a 2-inch range. Day 2, I went into it, with a different mindset, hoping I would keep it as well, and I actually did win. I won 3 rounds, and in the long run, I was able to beat Cam. One of them I got as a win was technically I didn't play my opponent. He was too exhausted, and he needed to take the day for the last round, and this was like our 8th round of the tournament. But he dropped out just for that round, so I got basically a bye. which was very nice. It was also a nice little break. I got to wander around the convention and look at things and whatnot, but I kept on that. Like, every time I played someone, I didn't get fully blown out. I was able to control points, and I was getting a little bit better, and the spread between me and my opponent was getting smaller. It wasn't whole blowouts of 0 to 21. You know, I was putting up into the 9s and 10s in points. And then straight into the third day, the longest stretch of it, I was getting tired. Honestly, it's exhausting. Unless you do that long of a tournament, you're not going to really know how much it hurts to just be sitting and then standing up and sitting and leaning over the table over and over again, looking at things, leaning over. Your legs hurt after sitting and standing probably, 500 something times. But into the last day, I started my day with a win. It was so close. I won by 1. It was so close. I thought I had lost. And then I lost my second game of the day. Can't really remember any of that. And then I played Cam in the final round. And I struggled. I was so tired. I wanted to go home. I was so exhausted. I wanted to go to sleep. But played against Cam, and I have played him a number of times. We kind of know how each other's kill teams worked, and I was able to beat him in the final round. And I think that's the only reason why I ticked above him just once. He'd been above me, I think, for a chunk of the tournament. But overall, I had a lot of fun. I do plan on doing it again. I am going to think more about my kill team next time. I definitely built my kill team wrong. I did not build them in a way that was useful for tournament play. There was a better way to build them, and I know that now. I plan on actually buying another exaction squad to do that, but we'll move on to the next section, which is just, the little painting bit. So every time for the Tacoma GT, they pick a number of people for the showcase. These are models that are basically incredibly well painted, and they're put up throughout this video. I've been putting out pictures of the things I saw in showcase. And it was into day 2 that I realized I didn't think anyone had walked around or looked at any models or anything. I didn't notice it. So I went and talked to some judges, and I was informed that they had looked at those all on the first day during the first round, and if I was not informed I was going to be in showcase, I was not going to be in showcase. So I did not make showcase this year, and that was disappointing. I thought I did a really good job. The judges then offered to give me critiques, give me some constructive criticism on my paint job, and I don't know why I've always been weirdly terrified of having like actual live judging of my stuff. But I did. I said, yes, tell me what I can do. I want to improve. And I had 2 tournament judges go over and really give me a lot of feedback on my models, and it was a lot of stuff that was valid. My models are a bit flat. I do a little bit shadings, and I'm trying to learn highlighting, and it's not the best. I think I got a false sense of how good I am at painting as a whole from the last tournament, when I was in a tournament with maybe 12 people for Underworlds, and so I think I was, a pretty sizable fish in a small pond, but looking at the others that painted for their kill teams, oh my gosh, I was a small fish in the freaking ocean. There is no way. There's a limited number of choices for getting into showcase, and I definitely did not meet the mark. I understand that, and I know how I can improve, and I am going to try to do that for next year. But I feel I did a good job. I definitely painted them to definite battle ready. How they even put it, I was maybe I'm a handful of techniques from getting like truly to an outstanding paint job. They're good, but they're not great, and I appreciate their input for that, and I am going to work harder with my next kill team for next year. I even plan on trying to build some sort of like actual display to put my kill team on. So it was like an overall kind of umbrella to the weekend. It was a lot of fun. Once I finally stopped taking it so seriously, and I think that was the problem I was having. I was taking it so seriously because I had attached a monetary value to it, because initial tickets cost $100. I went for the premium box, which came with a bunch of really cool stuff. It's $200. So it's like I spent $200 to get my ass kicked for 8 rounds, you know, for 16 hours. You know, I know some people literally pay thousands of dollars to do that, but that's not me. But once I kind of disconnected the monetary value from it's just to have fun, in what I got for those $200 was a lot of really cool stuff. So really, the ticket to get my butt kicked was really more like $50. But once I disconnected that in my head, I just had this weird mental shift, and the whole day was like fun. I was like, all right, let's go. Like, let's go to the next one. I was just getting just kind of more physically tired from playing the game. I definitely do not hate Kill Team. I will do Kill Team again. I am planning on continuing to play Kill Team with my friends, and even maybe joining some more local smaller tournaments and going to my local game stores and playing. My painting, I have had a fire put up under me to do a lot better with painting. I need to focus more I need to move on to learn some actual techniques like non-metallic metals and being able to do better shadings and lightings and using light sources and stuff. That's kind of, I feel, the point I am at with my painting is I'm to a point that I need to actually start learning some more advanced techniques that'll really take my model painting to like an actual higher level. But yeah, that was kind of overall my experience at the Tacoma GT. I fully would suggest going to it. It's an incredibly fun tournament to do. It's massive. There's, you know, it's grown every year. It's even grown more this year. There was, I don't even know how many people playing 40K, and then Age of Sigmar, and the narrative section is always amazing to go walk into. But overall, yeah, I mean, if you were at the Tacoma GT, you know, comment down below what were you playing and stuff, or I don't know, comment your own thoughts of how you kind of, you know, unhooked yourself from taking the game so freaking seriously, you know, playing with people. You know, subscribe to my channel and stuff. I put a lot of short video stuff out, and this is more just for fun kind of thing, just to talk about the hobby that I enjoy and I love. And yeah, I'll be putting out more stuff, but until then, keep on working on your backlog and keep on playing.